Hey guys, so my name is Angus and I will be presenting on behalf of our group, One Mag, which we renamed as Green Gene for the competition. And so my colleagues are Consuelo, Aishwara, Akash, Cecilia, Huang, Olivia, AJ, and myself. So first of all, I'll give you a bit of a background about how we positioned ourselves in the competition. So we decided to um, go after seeing the Burberry kind of positioning in the exercise we did early in the semester. We decided to position ourselves in a similar way. So we wanted to be more like an affordable luxury brand, not top line, but no, but not really middle or budget either. That because our target market, which is Generation Y, they can't afford top line luxury, so I thought we'll just go in the middle. So it's still something that's really kind of designer fashionable, but it's not kind of seen cheapy either. In order to not become too niche, we did try to open ourselves to all behavioral and psychographic segments, but we did decide to go for more urban areas where they are more concentrated, and where there are more higher income um, um, people in that target market. Okay, now we'll go into our first KPI, which was profit, of course, as everyone has. Now, during the competition, we did start off really well, actually. I think up until about week 4, we were first. And so that's kind of reflected in our profit, as you can see here. So obviously, the first week, we're trying to figure ourselves out a bit. Quarters 2 and 3 were pretty solid, but thereafter, the profits were slim pickings as the market become more competitive as our competitors started to realize, hey, this Green Gene group's doing really good. Why don't we just move our positioning to what they're doing and try and ease into their profit? And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, we couldn't recover. We didn't really want to shift our positioning too much because if they, going by the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And also it's not really in real life, businesses don't just change their positioning after one quarter because another competitors come along. So we had the similar some kind of mindset. We just made a few adjustments here and there, thinking things might turn around a bit. Unfortunately, they didn't. Okay, and just more on our operating profit. So another thing we noticed was our gross margins were getting smaller and smaller each quarter, and our sales remained pretty steady throughout the most of the competition. And so we started thinking, okay, if it's not our sales that's a problem, then maybe it must be our costs. And so we did want to decrease our quality of material, obviously, because we're a mid luxury brand. You can't use cheap material and charge a high price because then we'll have an image problem and that'll impact our sales. So we had to try and decrease our costs in other ways by maybe not using certain channels like a physical environments. We tried to just have a small physical boutique environment and have a medium presence online. Okay, and then second one, sales. As I mentioned here, it remained fairly consistent till week 6 because up until then we just had just one or two competitors, and so after that, but once but by the time week 7 arrived, most groups had a similar positioning to us. They were either up high end luxury or mid level luxury, and so that really ate into our market share and into our sales. Third KPI, which is market share in women. So, as again here you can see, 2 weeks, 2, 3, we really aced it because we were in our own space, and yeah, that target market really liked our offering. However, once other competitors came along, obviously our market share dipped, although it did remain solid until week 6, because up until that point there was just one other group in our positioning, or one other competitor who was directly competing with us. So it remained pretty good for most of the competition, but last 3 weeks, fortunately, there's too much competition, and it kind of went down to 10%, which was not very ideal given our profit was also not great. To sum up, the reason our ranking went from first to sixth is we weren't proactive enough of what was happening around us. We just tried to put our head in the sand and hope things would go away, but in reality, you do have to be much more reactive. And so that's probably the reason why we ended up the way we did. Thank you.